We're live. This is good. Doing electronics on the robot today. So hopefully we'll be able to make good progress here. I have to add a very tiny ceramic capacitor to my custom BLDC motor controller today. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Let me get my solder paste. Okay. Low temp solder paste. I got everything ready now for the solder job. It's all prepped. Right here is the capacitor, and then I have a piece of nickel strip that's about this long. And I got the solder paste on the connection point. So now I'll just touch the tip of my iron and that'll instantly attach, and then okay, that was a complete failure. Everything's completely out of position. Nothing worked. Hmm. Oh, the issue I'm having is that the masking tape's not holding the nickel strip in place, because the nickel strip gets instantly too hot and it's too short, so then the masking tape just liquidizes its gluey, sticky part, and then it's no longer holding at all. So I need to use the alligator clamps for this type of holding application. It's good to know. Oh. What the heck? Alright, I got it prepped. You can see I got my thumbnail on the ceramic capacitor, and then I got the little piece of nickel strip, and then in the middle I've got the solder paste, low temp solder paste. So this should work perfectly this time if everything goes to plan. Okay, it looks like we got a successful part. Ceramic capacitor, 100 nanofarad. There it is. Nickel strip, soldered to both sides. Now I'll need to clean up with alcohol pads all the residue of flux. Okay, looks good even under extreme magnification. Now I can look to how I'm going to get this attached. I'm adding this capacitor between gate and source of my MOSFET. Not fully sure how I want to attach it yet. You know what? I'm actually going to use solder paste this time, because I don't want to apply heat to the area right now. Because there's so many other components already that can get desoldered in that exact area. Okay. Put this here. Put this here. Put this here. Alright. I got the solder paste in my mini fridge back here, so I'm trying to get it out. got 2 bags of it. They're getting pretty old now, which they have a shelf life, but we'll see if they're still viable. If I could use this would be perfect. Okay, this one's never been opened. Silver conductive paint is what they call it. Alright. See what we can do here, boys. Okay. Well, we've already made 2 solder joints this session and got 1 part prepped, so that's already, in my opinion, a very big deal. Solder joints are not a joke to me. Okay, so let's get this cap off. And see if it's cured in here or if it's fine. Ooh. Ooh, it looks like it's perfect. Wow, this stuff just never fails me. Okay. We're dancing so far. Alright, so I think these legs need to be cut shorter a bit. Like 3 or 4 millimeters on each side, it looks like. Just eye it. Okay. Okay. Well, for this next part, I'm gonna tape everything down or clamp it down real good on here. That always helps me a lot. So we get everything held nicely. Because we only got 2 hands, so I like to get everything clamped on. And then I'm going to put the silver under where I want to set this in, so it'll set into a pad of silver. And then I'll overlay it as well. On the edges. Okay. Hmm. Whoops, I got some on my finger. I need to clean that immediately. This stuff has a tendency to spread everywhere. Okay. It's got my part in place, but not completely happy with. Seems like it's not pressed in all the way, so I'm gonna mess with that next. Try to get it pressed in real good to that paste. Still not really happy with it. Hmm. I'm happy with that. That's good enough. Um, Now I want to put another little glob of silver paint. Okay, what's up, sea greens? Okay. That's not cool. Alligator clip just popped off. Alright. AutoMod's not happy with you, sea greens. Not actually sure why, though. Hmm. Alright, well, here's the problem I'm facing right now. This part, every time you touch it, it slides around and wants to move out of place. It's not, like, really wanting to stay put. So, the next most important, best thing I can do is to let this glue completely dry. And then just do another coat after it's dry. So that's my next job here. Let's get that set up. And in order to do that, I'm gonna probably ask ChatGPT what to do. And this paint is... It's funny, the tip of it was not cured, but then a lot of the paint behind it was cured, so... Cured from the plunger side, which is kind of weird. Anyways, I'm putting away every single thing on myself right now, so I can get ready for the next step of this project. Sometimes I just get so much stuff out, I get overwhelmed, so I just clean up in between little mini jobs. What I did was a significant achievement already today. Just getting that part on there was no joke. That's like surgery right there. It was very involved. Alright, so I'll put this back. This can go off. This can go... I don't know. Maybe here's fine. This can swing all the way back. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I get very overwhelmed. This is by far the most tedious thing I've ever had to do, I feel like. And you end up with just all this stuff. Every time you move, you got stuff falling off, because I use my chest as a table. So it can be quite rough. You still have some of the words blocked. Is that why? Maybe. Maybe you were asking that 10 years ago a lot, and then it still remembers that I blocked it. Okay, let's see. I have... Oh no, my ruler fell, or my calculator fell. Why does that have to happen? Alright. I have a heat lamp set up with a timer that I could use to help me secure. It should cure pretty fast, too. It's time to ask ChatGPT about this. Let's see. No. Yes. Yes. Boom. Oh! Alright. Okay. I put silver paint on my BLDC motor controller part connections for 2 connections and have it 5 inches away from a mercury vapor UV bulb. It is quite warm to the touch. Matter of fact, I'm putting the fan on me. I'm getting hot. Ugh. Man. At the 5-inch mark, when I put my hand there, maybe 97 degrees. How long for that silver conductive paint to cure? Let's see. Oh, not before applying power, before applying another coat. Air dry / room temp, 68 to 77, 12 hours. Expect 1 to 2 hours for solid cure, 3 to 4 hours for full electrical stability. You don't need UV, the mercury bulb's heat is what's helping here. These paints usually don't require UV to cure. That's for UV curable adhesives, not silver paint. 2 to 3 hours. No, I just want the piece to stop easily moving about freely so I can apply more silver paint into the joint, since I only put it mostly under the joint and there's not enough for my comfort supporting the top and edges of the connection. So I want to know how long till I can do another coat. And no, I have 0 power tests planned even for many days. Are you sure in 20 minutes, if I nudge it, that the part will be rock solid in place and not have any movement? No, 12 hours for fully cured under this intense heat is not true, surely. About 40 minutes, it seems. Okay. That was a huge win, though, to get that done. You know, if I want to really make it solid on there, even after the silver glue, I could put conformal coating on that area or thermal silicone just in the whole vicinity just to strengthen it all up. That's a doable approach. Ooh, that's something I could do next, though. I could get ready my solder wick braid that will act as my MOSFET heatsink. I could prepare the braid. It has to be 3 wide by 2 thick. Alright. Can at least get them ready, I feel. Okay. So this will be like this. And yeah, that should be good. I could get this back on. And then figure out what we want to do here. So I'd say that's a good distance. Well, wait, maybe we need more? Let's do that. Play it safe. Conservative. This is going to wick away heat from the drain of the MOSFET. Do you still have some of the words blocked from me asking about your glue face 10 years ago? I guess so. I haven't looked at it for years, so I really don't know anymore. I don't know what my settings are. I don't stream very much, so I don't really play around with stream settings and stuff. Kind of out of the loop. Out of touch. Alright. We need 6 of these per MOSFET. And I did a lot of research with ChatGPT on this topic. ChatGPT did a lot of math. I kind of didn't understand a lot of what it was saying with the math. I kind of tried to make sure everything looked logically consistent. I corrected it a couple times, but for the most part, everything seemed kind of okay, I guess. And originally I was thinking 3 braids, or originally I probably thought 1 would be fine, but then it was like, no, you need more, and then, I don't know, we just ended up with 6 of these coming off each MOSFET. It seems like a lot, but I'd rather have the MOSFETs like stay nice and cool, so as long as it can fit in our design, it should be okay, even if it's overkill. What I wanted was like the MOSFET operating like 200 amps. What was it, 200? No, 200 watts. 20 amps. Feeding into my 2430 BLDC motors for the fingers. And I wanted the MOSFET to still like not get that hot and stay at like a temperature where it wouldn't even burn your finger, and it would not come even close to damaging the low temp solder connections nearby. And so I arrived at 70 degrees Celsius was a temperature that I tried to account for to try to be a target. No, I said 100 degrees Celsius, I think, was the very top. And the industry standard supposedly was 120 degrees Celsius is considered okay. The MOSFET's peak handling is 175 degrees Celsius, but like that's considered like at that point you've got low temp solder melting way before that, and it's scalding hot. Like that's not something you want to do very often, and that would shorten the life of the MOSFET too. Okay, so this is all for one. Wow, that's all for one? Oh my goodness, that seems kind of ridiculous, but maybe it's possible. We'll try it. This is a lot of copper. Wow. So how do we want to attach them though? Huh. Um I think we should solder it on just one side. The side that will face opposite to the actual bottom of the MOSFET. Solder these. All my alligator clips are being used right now, though. Oh, well, what do we do now? What's up, Cash Cab? When will your bot be ready? Ready for what? Right now I'm trying to do the circuitry that will get the first motor movement that will make the first time the robot will move a finger joint. Now, I know that might sound bad to you, but that's where I'm at. After 10 years of development, the robot might move 10 years later. Maybe. I've said I think it's going to move soon too many times to believe it myself. When I think it's going to move, usually I'm just wrong. And it's another, like, many years before it will move. Because it's everything's so custom, you know. Like I had to custom design the motor controller from scratch, and man, I'm struggling here. What the heck? Maybe I'll solder. Okay, I'm just gonna solder two at a time. All right. So what do we got going on here? Why is this so hard? Line up. Nice. Okay. I really need something to clamp this down. You know what? I'm gonna use my thumb clamper thing. I don't want to scald myself. That's the issue. But I built a Catwoman claw type thumb sleeve for myself that will prevent me from burning my finger when I do this joint. And ones like it. Okay, so oh no, I dropped my paste. Alright, everything's getting messed up now. Oh, with the paste on the floor, I have to pretty much regroup. My magnifier's not working now. Alright. Where is that thing? It literally disappeared. Okay. No way. It flew all the way to... I used a mirror to see where it was. It flew all the way... Let's just say it went far. Other side of my chair by my bed. That's how far. Alright, thoughts on AI? Oh man. Where do I even begin? Could you be more specific? I mean, I have my own approach to AI. I like the old-fashioned type of AI. I think that that was the better way. I'm not a fan of like neural networks and stuff, but I might try to do some neural networky type stuff, but in my own implementation, my own way, all from scratch, all custom. I might do that, but we'll see. Okay. You know, I think I will tape these into place. This is ridiculous. Why is it so hard? You know, this happens though. Have you ever heard someone say, this is the fiddly bit? This is the fiddly bit. It's fiddly. It's just like hard. Everything wants to not cooperate. Alright. Maybe that's good enough. We'll see. I saw the recent Neo robot that came out, and I wanted to buy it real bad. But then, like, part of me feels like that's just impatience. Like, I should just wait till my robot can do all that. Rather than, like, diving into modding someone else's off the shelf robot. I think that would be a mistake, maybe. Even though I find the mistake easy to justify. Hmm. It kind of seems like it worked, but No. Oh, that's so bad. My metal tipped thumb guard stuck on the joint, and then now it's flying off of me, getting lost. And simultaneously, my tape gave way, and one of the solder braids popped out of where it should be. Like, everything went bad quick. I have complete failure here. Dramatic failure. Hmm. Let's try again. Oh, it's sticking now. Well, they all three are sticking, so that's something. It's a tough thing to work on this stuff because, like, it requires such tremendous patience. It can be quite annoying. Everything takes forever. thought I knew where my thermal silicone is, but I don't. I used to have a place for it, but it must have fallen or something. I'll show you guys what we got so far, though, before I switch the camera and stuff. So that's it so far. It's just 3 solder wick braids side by side. And they're sticking together pretty good. And we just want to put silicone on the opposite side of this, which should just be bare copper, and then smash the other 3 tight against it. And then for the final connection to the MOSFET, we're going to use thermal tape. And then we'll use thermal silicone around the edges just to glue it solidly, since the tape is mainly supposed to be like a barrier that electrically isolates these from the drain of the MOSFET. Look at me using these big electronics words. I sound like I know what I'm talking about. But they say I'm a noob at electronics and robotics. They say I'm horrible. We'll see. We'll see. Let the work defend me. Right? That's what they said too. I think that makes sense. We'll see who gets the last laugh. Alright, it's pretty dry to the touch. Seems pretty solid. Now I'll just add a little more glue. Oh. Alright, that looks really good. Wow. Check it out, guys. Let me just put this cap on first. Alright. Let me put it away too. This came out great. Silver conductive paint. Alright, let me turn this off. This seems to mess it up. Let me see here. Alright, so you can see, right, right here is a joint, and right here is a joint, and then the ceramic capacitors right there in the middle, that brown thing. I think it looks great. It came out great. So anywho, I'll get that baking and put everything away. But that's definitely gonna hold up solid, I feel. So that was a solid little session there. We got some stuff done. I'm pleased. Alright, peace out, guys.